Hello my lovelies! If you haven't already watched my tutorial on how to draw a basic anime eye in 3 strokes, I'll leave it right over here. But if you've already done so and you're like, yeah man, that tutorial was lame, I want to learn how to actually draw eyes, then this tutorial will go slightly more in depth and I'll show you how to draw more than just one typical generic eye. And just on a side note, I recently launched my Facebook fan page, so if you guys find this tutorial helpful, I really appreciate it if you guys could go check it out and click the like button. But yeah, anyways, let's get started. Firstly, let's make a little table of contents. In this tutorial, I'll go over 4 cliche style of eyes that I guarantee you will see in every single anime you watch. The first eye is like the main character slash Mary Sue slash Moe Moe type. The second one is the goody two shoe and kind and also potential main character type. The third is like the cool type, and the fourth is the emotionless type. So to start off, I'm going to draw 4 oval shapes for the pupils and teach you how to do each of these step by step. Okay, so starting with number 1, the Moe Moe Mary Sue main character eyes. That's a mouthful. This is the typical cute girl eyes that are like present in 50% of main girl characters. These are generally for people who are like super cheerful and happy and cutesy. So examples are like Fairy Tail, Anohana, this thing with the name that I can't pronounce, and good old Sailor Moon. So with this type, just think circles. So these eyes are generally super round and big and sparkly, so they can shine out above everyone else and make sure that you know they are the main characters. So first of all, let's start off by making this oval more circly. Okay, so generally you can see most of your pupils, so the top and bottom eyelids should be very close to the pupil, but barely or not touching. The eyelids should be very soft and round too. There can be like a little angle in the end, but no super sharp corners or wing liners. And these girls generally have a ridiculous amount of eyelashes, so flick that wrist. And remember to put lots of sparkles slash these white circle thingies in their eyes. Okay, number 2. The kind slash goody two shoe eyes. These type of eyes are super similar to the first one we just learned and super typical in main characters. They are generally for what the name suggests, like the really kind and nice and soft kind of girls. And some examples are like SAO, Planet, Bleach, and Madoka Magica. These type of eyes are more oval shaped than the first, except it's more like a horizontal oval, and the important thing is that these eyes tilt down near the end of their eyes, which gives it like a softer look. And with these, the eyelids are slightly touching the pupil, and if you want them to completely touch it, that's fine too. These are just my tips for you. I'm not the law or like the freaking Bible, so you can adjust a lot of what I tell you to what you like and your own style. So remember to make the eyes tilt down at the end, because this is the key to this type of eyes. And these girls are a little more on the down low in terms of like mascara, and they like the more like au naturel look, so just give them a little bit of eyelashes here and there. Then you add the sparkles, but don't overdo it with these guys. And on to number 3. These are the cool girl eyes. They appear in a lot of main characters too, but a lot less than the first 2. This is generally for girls who are like super badass or cool or sometimes even evil. Some examples are like Fate Stay Night, Kill la Kill, Urza from Fairy Tail, Seal from Black Butler. Wait a second. Anyways, these eyes are generally very pointy, and they tend to do the opposite of the kind eyes, and they like to tilt forward. So the basic shape is kind of like an egg placed horizontally with the pointy edge near the inner corner of the eye, if that makes any sense. Their pupils are more rectangular. Think of it like the eyelids cover the top and the bottom part of the pupil, so what's left is like this weird circular triangle thingy, whatever, but yeah. As for the eyelids, the top bends down a lot at the front and slowly curves. And with these girls, remember to bring on that winged eyeliners. The bottom eyelids are also very angular compared to the last two, which are round. Because there's often like this little bend near the end. And they have a fair amount of mascara on as well, so a little less than like type 1, but more than type 2. And they don't have like a shit ton of sparkles in their eyes, so keep that on the down low. And to do that, I like to make this little squished oval shape thingy in like the middle side of the eye. And yeah. The last one is the emotionless eyes. These generally appear in characters who are quiet, who are rather heartless or emotionally detached. So examples are Homura from Madoka Magica, Mikasa, my queen from Shinjuku no Kyojin or Attack on Titan, and that girl from My Little Monster. So these are fairly easy, just think straight or flat. And in this case, it's pretty much just like a straight out rectangle in terms of shape. Their pupils are pretty much the same as the third type of eyes, except maybe like even more rectangular. And as for their eyelids, just literally make it as flat as you can and it's all good. Like maybe a little bend in the front and the back, but keep that straight as you can. And as for the eyelashes, it's a little hard to draw them on these characters, so generally when I do it, I just don't. And I also don't like to add any light or sparkles in these type, so it really brings out how dead and lifeless they are. Anyways, that's basically the gist of it. And with that, you can create a wide diversity of characters. No wonder people always bash the anime style, because it's so limited in options. Well, whatever, haters gonna hate. But if you want to learn how I stylize my eyes so they're not all the same, click here to watch my new video on how I like to, stylize my eyes. And if you guys have any questions, click here to see my frequently asked questions, also known as FAQ. And if it doesn't answer it, feel free to leave a comment below or message me. Yeah, remember to give this video a thumbs up. I really hope it helped. And feel free to subscribe for more tutorials and speed paints in the future. Bye!